because I know at the end of the day, I'll get to go run.
And that's the fun part of the day.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I love the girls, so we just like run and talk for an hour. It's awesome. And we're starting to do pretty well in competitions, way better than we did in previous years. And it's just really encouraging to see because, I don't know, you want to leave things and see them better off than you came. So it's meant a lot actually. Yeah, it's been great.
We're really excited as a program to be coming up to Emilie's Run this weekend. At Rose-Hulman, one of the kind of the hallmarks of our school is that in the summer, our students are all over the world on internships, and we've got a great group coming back. Some of them traveling quite a distance to take part in this road race, and I can't tell you how meaningful it is to our program and to our school. To share in the life of Emilie almost annually now with this race. We don't need a reminder. We think about her every day, but it's just kind of one added opportunity, during the summer, when we're away from Rose-Hulman, to all get together and sharing some laughs, sharing running. With Emilie, that's a summary of Emilie right there. Is she loved to run. We only have 2 rules here at Rose-Hulman Cross Country and Track and Field, or cross country specifically, love to run and be a person of good character, and that's exactly who Emilie was. And we're still all grieving, and it's going to take a long time. This has been a very hard year for our program, and for the student athletes, for the coaching staff, the alumni, all of the people whom she touched just in the academic areas here at Rose-Hulman. So again, just having this on the calendar is a way to kind of commune and laugh together, and then remember all of the just what a beautiful person Emilie was. But the way that town hugged the Hobbs family and helped them, has been so amazing to watch and to view over time. And then, so we're really looking forward to seeing that again, because that comforts all of us. Really, as a parent, a family member, and in my instance, a coach, where you serve as a mentor. In the end, you just want to make sure every young person feels loved. And I don't think anybody has any question, whether it's in Peru or on Rose-Hulman's campus, that Emilie Hobbs was loved in a spectacular way. I mean, she affected so many lives, and we always kind of take that next step through celebrating the life of Emilie Hobbs with this great annual event. Lisa and Andy are organizers. We all know that from Andy through his wrestling program and all of the really positive things he's done, not only for that program, for events all around and wrestling. And then but Lisa is just as organized. She was a wonderful parent, kind of leading a lot of the things that we do with our program. All our we would eat together, commune together after cross country meets. Those were always led by Lisa. So I always said for our first year 5K, you're lucky to hit 20, 25, and that's what a lot of race directors get discouraged with. They want these huge races, and they are well beyond that. And there'll be a lot of people that come, day of to register in a race. So it's a testament not only to the running community and how much everybody gets behind one another, but it's also a testament to what a beautiful family the Hobbs are, and what just a wonderful, vibrant young woman Emilie was. So we are really looking forward to coming up to Peru, Indiana this weekend.
Good.
Well, Emilie was very passionate about certain things, actually a lot of things. She really just enjoyed life, but probably her main passion was science. She loved chemistry, and we attribute that to Mr. Swihart. And she would tell you he's the reason that she chose to go into chemistry. She wanted to make a difference, and I think she realized that biochemistry was kind of the future of Eli Lilly, of the focus of basically a lot of the research that was going on. She actually was planning to go into epigenetics, which is an area that studies the genetic research portion of the biology and the chemistry, and how the environment and our predisposition to getting a disease come hand in hand, which is ironic because of what she had. She had arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia, which is it is a genetic predisposition, and then the environment can sometimes play a portion in that. And so Andy and I, when we discovered that's what the cause of her death was, we just kind of sat and just kind of said, wow. Knowing her, she would have been fascinated by that. I know that probably sounds strange, but I think she would have been incredibly fascinated by what that was. I think one of the things with her, with Emilie, she lived her life in a way where she always wanted to be useful. I don't know if that makes sense, but she felt like if a person is of good health and has the brains, they need to be useful. And there's a term, and excuse me if some people don't believe that, but when Emilie and Eric were little, as they were growing up, I would always tell them, there, but by the grace of God go I. And he says, God gives everybody ability, certain abilities, and that's not on accident. And you should never flaunt that. You should never use it as anything but to serve, to give back. And that's something that we tried to instill in them as they were growing up, is just to tell them, hey, whatever God grants you to gives to you, whether it's through physical ability, mental ability, special talents that you might have, that's not an accident. And to waste it is wrong. I mean, and we always try to tell them, we want you to enjoy whatever you do. You should have, a love for what you do. That doesn't mean you should take care of everything, but if you find that you have a talent for something and you enjoy it, you should give 100% to that. And so, with them, I always said, well, try to help others when you can. If you see they're struggling, try to help them. And so she set up Tiger Tutors when she was in high school, in the library, to help kids with their math and their science, and they would meet with her a couple times a week. Eric would help students in class, like he would help, work with them. And that I saw with Emilie, that, and Andy and I both saw, that made us very happy, was the fact that she felt there was a duty, as a human, as a citizen, to help people, to not waste, what you're given, and so she gave 120% in her running.
But yeah, she worked Special Olympics. She was always doing something.
Yeah.
Service-wise, she always was helping somebody.
To give back somehow.
I've gotten a lot of letters from her classmates, that, especially some of the kids from far away, that she would help them out, check on them,
Yeah.
see if they were doing all right, that kind of thing. Parents,
Yes.
letters. All of them lead to the same thing. She was always helping somebody that was struggling.
I don't know. I don't know if that's why that day was like that, but we guess that she probably went out running to let off some excitement, energy, to do that. And she was doing the thing that she loved probably more than the whole wide world, running. Running and working in the labs in the science area were two of her favorite things.
Project is to, we've got a scholarship fund set up that's done real well, and we're just trying to increase the number of scholarships that we can give to people going into what Emilie studied, which is STEM. Try to make it get enough in there to make it a renewable type scholarship. And so one idea that we had, Emilie always said there wasn't any good 5Ks in the latter part of July because everybody kind of rears back and waits for cross-country season or whatnot, and she always said that, that would be a good evening to have a race, so we decided to have a 5K at Rock Hollow Golf Course, and that evening after that's Circus Day, so we're going to have a 5K there. We used to have a Run the Rock race there, and that's pretty much the same course and same setup. Then immediately following that, we're going to have our Peru Wrestling alumni reunion at the same location right at the end of it. So, any of the wrestlers that want to come and walk or run or walk their dog or push a stroller or whatnot, it's pretty good setup out there. It's a cart path almost all the way, so it's pretty good to get around on. That's what, and then the people that can get the scholarship, like this year we've got 2 winners. So go ahead and tell them who it is.
The winners this year are Opal Polk and Emilie Pryor. Emilie actually knew both of these girls and really adored them because they had a passion for science.
Well,
and
where's Opal's going to?
Opal is going to Trine University, and Emilie Pryor is going to Loyola, and she's going to study physics, and Opal is going to study mechanical engineering. The scholarship, when we sat down to figure it out, Emilie loves science. She didn't care who went in it, but what she did tell me is they need more women in it. And she wasn't a women's rights person, but she believed that there should be equality in everything. Nobody should be more important or less important. And so we sat down and we said, well, I know she would probably want a female going into a STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math. And so I know Emilie would have been pretty tickled about those 2 going into that field. This down the road, Andy and I discussed this, we will give it to a male as well. And so, but we want to make sure female is also taken care of.
Well, community was unbelievable. School was unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, they've been incredible. The Peru community, the Rose-Hulman community, and they still are. I mean, the outreach that people have made to help has just been unreal. So,
I will say that Coach Wayton and Coach Cole came the day before, kind of hung around, and then did the whole viewing, and then they did the funeral, and they were very impressed with the community.
Yeah, they were. They said,
it's like old days.
Yeah, the way it should still be everywhere. And, and if anybody ever, has a comment to make, I always say, you really need to look around and see the close-knit community. What they will, if you need something, they're there. I mean,
Well, the scholarship fund was solvent within 15 days.
Yeah, 15 days.
It's got to be a certain point before it can,
Unreal.
be locked in, and it was 15 days.